Hello and good evening again. This is Allie at Heart and Soul Connected, and I am now going to be working on card 20 of the tarot in the Judgment card. Okay. I'm sure all of you have seen this card before. The Day of Judgment, of course, we've heard this so many times in biblical explanation. This is a Jungian perspective on archetypal card reading. Okay. Look at that angel. Beautiful. And look at all the folks rising up. So judgment connects the biblical last judgment. And also what is missed is that the meaning is not to be rewarded with immortality. Okay. So that is not what this means. It isn't necessarily that on the day of judgment, you will be rewarded with immortality. What it is a reminder that you will be reawakening to the heavenly life here on earth, because after the sun, you become enlightened. And on the day of judgment, you have reawakened to live heaven on earth. Or, and this is the most interesting part, live in a new dimension of awareness. Right now, I believe this speaks very, very heavily to our 5D transformation that we are making in a new level or new dimension of awareness. Many of us have come to the planet to do the work that we're doing. We've been working hard. We've been suffering. We've been doing everything that we can in order to help other people. And the day of judgment has come for us when we get to this card. It is here to say, you, well done, scholar, well done. You are now enlightened. You are now able to live your life on earth in a heavenly way. In the card, many humans face their source of illumination, which they believe is the angel above them. The central figure hears the call of Michael's trumpet. And, this is maybe an unconscious thing, but these individuals all are listening and they're all rising up to hear Michael's trumpet. Music connects us with the inner and outer world. We know this in so many ways. When we do a meditation and we have music behind us, we can really sometimes go in a lot deeper than we would normally. Music is there for us to enjoy and to bring joy to all of the areas of our lives, inner and outer. Music stirs us to action, or it can soothe a savage beast. The spoken word was something that we first heard about in Genesis, in the Bible, if you're a biblical person. Sound played a part in the creation story. Let there be light, and in the beginning was the Word. Both of those two things. The first one, God said, let there be light, is the spoken word. And also, in the beginning was the Word. The judgment heralds the beginning of the new order, a new interaction between conscious and unconscious, manifesting in the world card when we get there. Okay. We see so much of this conscious, unconscious connection throughout the tarot journey. We've seen it over and over. We've seen the balancing of male and female energies. We've seen uplifting the consciousness. We've seen lots and lots of different things. But in this case, this reunion signifies new beginnings, and it never reestablishes the former status quo. In other words, you can't go back. It's going to only make you go forward. When you're at the judgment, you are not going back to what was before. You are moving on to new and better realms. When we venture on any journey, we return as a far different person than we were previously. We have to say the same thing about most things in our lives. My journey here in YouTube and the people that I've met and the things that I've learned and the subscribers that I've gotten and the kindness of strangers and just beautiful, beautiful energy has made me a different person. It has calmed me. It has brought me a lot of closure and a lot of understanding, and it's humbled me. I'm not the same person as I was in November of 2020 when I began doing this, or the same person that I was even yesterday. So when we're getting this card, it's stating that we are right at the precipice. We are standing at the doorway to the world. When someone is reborn, physically or spiritually, everyone else awakens to new life. I want to explain what Jung said about the 4 functions of the psyche. I was talking a little bit about this with Betsy Palmer the other day on the show, but he said there was 4 functions: sensation, intuition, thinking, and feeling. Thinking lessens our ability to feel. And so if we're a thinker, our feelings, they're more underdeveloped than the thinker would be. The thinker would be the stronger, the logical one. The feeling one would be more the intuitive. So sensation is the 5 senses, and intuition is the 6th sense. If we spend a lot of time in in our 5 senses, taste, touch, smell, hearing, and so on, then we don't really allow too much access to our 6th sense. And so many of us have learned how to develop that more and listen to the gut and listen to the 6th sense instead of just allowing everything. In other words, we're not just saying, okay, if I can't see it, I can't believe it. We're saying, well, if I'm feeling it, there must be something to it. There must be something to this thing. We always use these 2 to comprehend the world of inner and outer experience. And just depending upon how we have utilized in the past, we have one that's more dominant than the other. Thinking and feeling are considered to be rational ideas in Jung's thought process, and they use discrimination. So, I don't mean it as a bias. I just mean that if you're thinking or you're feeling, you're using that only. You're discriminating against the other ways of doing it. Our superior function gets stronger and the opposite suffers from neglect. It actually atrophies. I found that to be fascinating. That's why the third eye and the pineal gland is a little bit, hard, and we have to bring up the energies from the Kundalini, and we have to balance the chakras, and we have to do the work that we do. If we don't, then things atrophy, just like they would. Like if you never walked, your legs would start to atrophy. They wouldn't have the use that they need. And the same thing in our spiritual life is necessary. Jung is quoted as saying, the tarot is a pictorial representation of the archetypes. In judgment, the hero and his 2 companions stand naked together, exposed to each other and heavenly power. They have nothing to hide. They're not ashamed. They're standing, waiting for the higher power and waiting in front of each other. There's no fear. There's no concern. They are ready to move on to the next level. And the trumpet is calling them to do the thing that they are called to do. So many of these ideas are just, fabulous. I could, and again, I could spend another 10 or 15 minutes just on the way that this card is laid out, because look, we have mother, daughter, and son. We have what we would call the hero at the bottom, but is that a female or a male? It doesn't matter. See, it just doesn't matter. And Michael even looks to be, sort of male, female as well. Coming up from the depths is what you see. You do see a blue sky. You see a lot of clouds that seem to be passing over. And you also see some water there. And we all know that the water is the emotions and things that get buried underneath. We are so much a part of water that it just infuses itself into our lives. Anyway, I'm going to be working on the last one, which is the world, and then I'll go to the Fool. And hopefully, if you have any questions or thoughts about where you might like me to go next, I'm looking to see if I can do some of the Ascended Masters and explain how they work and how you can access them and so on. But I'm working on several projects at this time, so I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, I surely appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for taking the time to listen and to share time with me here. And thank you for all your love and thoughts and healing energies sent my way. I love you guys. Bye-bye.